Reform UK leader ramps up pressure on the government ahead of a protest in Westminster against the move. Nigel Farage has ramped up pressure on the government over its planned family farm tax raid, which experts warn could destroy the countryside. In an 8-word warning to Chancellor Rachel Reeves ahead of a protest next week in Westminster against the changes to inheritance tax rules, Mr. Farage said, "Labour should not underestimate the fury of farmers." The Reform UK leader warned the planned changes, which mean agricultural land will no longer be exempt from inheritance tax, will result in farms being sold. He highlighted comments by former Tony Blair advisor John McTernan on GB News earlier this week, who argued that the government should treat small farmers like Margaret Thatcher did the miners. Mr. McTernan caused outrage by adding, "We don't need small farmers." Mr. Farage accused Labour of waging class war and getting their own back for the miners' strike of the 1980s. The top politician was joined in his criticism by the Conservatives' new shadow environment minister, who called the planned tax raid heartless in his first frontbench speech. Dr. Neil Hudson, a former vet, warned that the tax is ill-judged and threatens Britain's food security, as well as livelihoods in rural communities. He said, "Food security is national security, and underpinning this are farmers and farmland." Labour's ill-judged and heartless family farm tax will put all of that at jeopardy. Family farms lost, tenant farmers not being able to stay farming, communities hollowed out, rural mental health damaged, and precious food-producing land lost to developers or investors. No farms, no food. No farmers, no food. Will the government please now admit they have got this catastrophically wrong, do the right thing, reverse this farm tax and protect our country's food security? Speaking afterwards, he said he was simply astounded by Labour's lack of respect and understanding towards Britain's farmers.